Repeat after me. I will be sucker free. You've entered the listening zone. Sucker Free Sunday podcast with Cloudy Jay and Avoya.
Perfectly.
Okay, good. All right, I can't hear myself too good.
No?
Okay, I'm good now.
All right.
I got this.
Can you hear me?
I do.
Yeah? Does it sound okay? Do I need
Chipmunk to Gray Squirrel.
Do I need to?
I get to drink Gray Squirrel.
I just, the bumblebee is in effect today.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure I got her on, the right buzz.
Yeah.
Ask a few questions. So let's just get into it.
Okay.
I've
already been into it.
Clearly,
I there's no way out of it. I'm always in it.
This is true, as this cloud of smoke behind you can attest to.
Don't call me Cloudy J for nothing.
You know what? You ain't never lied. So this evening, I thought, for those who have yet to take part in the Sucker Free Lounge, maybe we talk a little bit about that. I thought we'd also go behind the scenes a little bit and talk about the process and, what it takes to put these visual remixes, as it were, to life. And after that, I thought, we could close things out with a little discussion on the live music portion of these visual remixes. How's that sound to you?
Sounds pretty good.
You didn't hear nothing I said because you was working on some stuff over there. I seen you. I tried to keep talking though because I'm professional. And I was like, he's not gonna get me off my game. We just started talking 5 minutes ago, son. Let me do this. And just let me do this. So hard,
we're
y'all.
We're going to talk about the videos, and we're going to talk about the music, and then we're going to talk about the process. Mishear anything?
I stand corrected.
Yay!
Stand corrected. All right.
They call that high functioning, baby.
I'm gonna write that down, Jason. So let's talk about it.
All right, let's go. What'd you think about the track today? I want to start there because that's like.
You want to start there,
yeah.
But I have. Why every time we do these, you.
I sidestep.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, you're the boss. All right.
You say that, but do you really mean that? Well, let me back up. We create a podcast together. At the very
awesome.
Top of that, you suggest it is very cool.
Yeah.
I
How do you like it?
I really like it. I would not have done this had you not said yo. Well, not even just said. You kind of like, you did that thing whereby before you know it, we already in it, and you're talking about different things, and I don't always say no to you, which is odd because I like to say no sometimes, but I don't always say all yes either. And then you do that Jason thing where you're like, look, I'm gonna do everything, Avoya. I'm gonna do everything because I'm magic. And then I'm like, yeah, he is magic. If I don't have to do nothing, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, I do that.
But it's not a bad thing.
No,
it's mutually beneficial.
keeps my mind occupied from going to like, darker places and just doing that thing, self-doubt, this, that, and the other. So it helps to have focus, and it really helps to have a partner that is so eloquent with the process, and so.
Ooh, you said eloquent and not anal. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I was crossing my fingers. Please don't hurt my feelings.
No. When I first thought of wanting to even dip my toe in this pool, you were the only person that came to mind. You were the only person that I wasn't gonna do it if you weren't coming along. So I guess I did make you come along.
And it's so funny because people have asked over the years, and I was always interested in it, but the work aspect of it just always felt like, I don't know, man. I don't really, I got a lot of work. Like, I guess I'm always working on something, so I didn't need techie stuff. I just didn't want that, and the closest I ever got was Josh Ganshorn. We'd always talked about doing a podcast, and I love him so much because I was kind of scared to tell him.
With his tiki tea.
Yes. His chamomile tea. Yeah. I was low-key kind of scared to tell him because I thought, well, I don't want him to think that I still wouldn't do something with him. But I think we were both in a place where we both needed something to occupy our minds because it's at the start of the pandemic.
Sure.
I'm a planner and an organizer by nature. So for some unforeseen thing to happen whereby I can't do any of the things that make me comfortable and keep my generalized anxiety to a manageable place, that's so not good. So I don't know what precipitated you thinking, I'm gonna reacquaint myself with someone I've not talked to in 10 years or more. And
we talked about
and I'm in, but I don't know. We live in two separate cities.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. You kind of brainstorm differently than I do, but I always like that. That we complement one another in that way, and that you could say a few things and you don't get upset that I interject because it's not like I ain't listening to you. It's like oh my God, let me add to that.
Yeah.
And it works. Yeah. And so you mentioned paper dolls, and I just I like that because unbeknownst to me, I'm a little anonymous sometimes. Like I like to hide a little bit. I don't know why. The place I live is a little hidden. I love that. Yeah. And people always think it's for a bad reason. Like, oh, you got low self-esteem. No, I like to hide. Yeah. Just do. And so I know that about you also. Like that's one of our, common commonalities. And so explaining that to Abigail, who is also kind of a treehouse sort of, we all like treehouse situations, right?
Yeah, I love that.
She totally is that person too. So just to once you started formulating what you kind of thought we could do, and me adding the people and moving parts, which now that I think about it, we're all treehouse people. KP's always in the cut. Y'all don't even know KP real name. I ain't even told y'all because he don't want nobody to know his government. And I respect that. That. That's my dude. Yeah. And he's like all over all the beats. Sarit is mad low key too, but like such a fire ass like broadcaster. And we both have the radio background. Yeah. So when I say like a radio thing and you laugh at me, I think, oh yeah, that's not podcasting. But Saritha's like, oh yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. So having her and, and Abigail just saying, yes, I'll make these paper dolls. And then we didn't necessarily do anything with that because she started having fun with those paper dolls.
Everybody wants to hang out with you.
Everybody. Oh my God. The love that she's created these little versions of ourselves for us, and that she talks about them in the way that you would talk about friends. Like she's like, well, I want you guys to, go on this trip with me, so I'll have them, for a little while longer. And and I just think it's cool that Neto doesn't trip, they're gonna go hiking, but they taking Paper D and Paper Jason with them. and that they meet up with some people there, and that they're like, oh, is that for the podcast? I think that's dope. Because we're all kind of the same sort of people. Yeah. That's not an odd thing for us, treehouse, dwellers. And then a couple of weeks ago, you start doing what you'd already had in your head, in which you'd sketched out a little bit for me, but I never, because I just trust the process. And I've just always, I just trust the process, right? And I love artists. And so I'm like, whatever he got in mind for them paper dolls, I'm not tripping. Do it. I ain't scared. And so on Sunday nights, after I created and I just love this too, to gather all these artistic giving people, but we all still have our own individual things.
Yeah.
Every single player within that tribe. Yeah. And so on Sunday nights, you're working on videos unbeknownst to me. I'm working on my Stay Sucker Free with Miss Soulflower playlist, and I send it to you, and you send me a link of a whole new world. Almost saying right there, but we ain't got that kind of money to be paying somebody for that. We ain't do that Disney shit. And that's the very long intro that I dislike that I do. But it had to be explained, I think, in my head. Sure. And for the listeners too, so they understand. Abigail makes a video for us because you asked for paper dolls. We premiere that once a month, and that video is how we say sucker free. That's the name of the video. That's the theme. And then you remix how we stay sucker free and create other things. And all the while, all of us have utilized this moment to work on our mental health, because all these studies show that creativity, it helps with your memory. It helps stress. It helps with depression. When people get involved in the arts, it has a lasting effect. And so we've all been helping our mental health on various levels. And we're all involved in so many different parts of it. And so tonight I thought one aspect of it is the Sucker Free Lounge, which you just debuted. And it's reminiscent of the things that we miss about the before times. Shout out to my girl Hillary. That's where I got that from. It's perfect. The before times.
That's pretty good.
And it makes you feel that, because everything you put in that Sucker Free Lounge video, those are the before times that I miss. Hanging out at, the spot, having a drink with your girl, going and hearing somebody perform on stage live, having a cocktail in the lounge. And you do all this with benefit of paper and Mod Podge and imagination. And so I want to talk to you